What was your job when you were based here?
Sanitation.
Sanitation? Then how do you know how to disable the shields?
I don't. I'm just here to get Ray.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us.
Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force.
That's not how the Force works.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Humpty Hump, with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka Pumpkin Spice.
Yeah, it is almost that time of year.
It's cooling off, yes.
Yes, they say a cold front is coming if we survive that long in 2020. So, yeah, like I said, we're in September. It's a brand new month. We are, as bad as 2020 has been, we're 9 months in on 3 months left. So we just got to hang on to the end. Hopefully 2021 will be the end of the rainbow, everything like that. So we'll get to it. But Eli,
We are
before
entering the third. We are entering the third act.
yeah, that's when it gets the worst, right? We
the
2020
final confrontation.
Right, 2020 was just warming up. Now, grand finale. All right, but before we get to it, now we can talk about the actual some big news that happened like yesterday, and I want you guys to get in on this while it's going on, and that is, boom, Comixology having a sale right now, and the sale that you guys want to hear about, because the sale is free 99. So as of right now, every Black Panther comic ever is free on Comixology. So all you gotta do is go to Comixology. Free 99. You have to pay anything. Just go there.
FREE.
You can't beat it. I'm trying to see where we go with this one. So yes, it's completely free. Every single Black Panther comic you can think of. Also, not only Black Panther comics, you got free Shuri run and the free Killmonger run, which the Killmonger run was awesome. Please, if you do nothing else, get that run. It's like 5 issues. Get it. It's awesome. It tells about Killmonger's backstory. Should I spoil it, Eli? Should I spoil it about what happens in that book?
I've not read it yet. You told me about it. I kind of know because you reviewed them books.
Yeah,
so, but
I won't spoil it. But
yeah.
the book goes places. You like, whoa, okay. I wouldn't expect. I want a whole series just of Killmongers doing this shit. You know.
Yeah.
But awesome. Definitely go get it. What other news do we have going on from that one?
Yeah, and
Eli.
like for real, it's free. Like I kept hitting go to cart, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
right. And that's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. You can just hit the add to cart thing. You can you just go to each individual series and you just completely add the cart, and that's it. So you don't actually have to individually click each one. You just do that. That's it. It lets you do 150 at a time. So I had to do it about like 2 or 3 times, get all those books, and that's it. So they're just there. Now I kind of feel bad, Eli, because I've read most of that shit. But hey, what can you do? It's free. So that's why I'm spreading the word and telling everybody else.
Yeah, it was nice when I went to my cart and I hit, purchase. It said, total due 0. You saved $256.
Now you got to be careful. Because if you actually hit some of those graphic novels or trades, you might pay for this shit and don't know you're paying for it, because the trades are not free, just a single issue.
So, well, I have unlimited, so a lot of that shit I've borrowed. Like I borrowed Christopher Priest's run, and I think the first I think book 1 of Reggie Hudlin's run is on Comixology Unlimited. So some of that shit I already had like in my drive. So but this go even back to the old school, the Kirby shit. I
read that Jack Kirby run. It's wacky, but it's Jack Kirby. What do you expect?
Yeah. So it's free comics. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's free. Just read the shit. Because a lot of you don't know the shit that you're talking about right now. You think Black Panther was just made back in 2016 when Civil War came out, not knowing it's like 5 decades of history worth of this shit. Go read it. Now, Jungle Action isn't free on there, which I was kind of upset about that. That is like the first graphic novel that he came out with, like back in the 70s and shit like that. But everything else, I'm telling you, it's a lot of shit on there. There's some good shit. His Daredevil run where he took over for Daredevil, Black Panther, the Man Without Fear, no vibranium, no secret herb and shit like that. He was just a dude, just fighting crime, just beating the shit out of people. Awesome ass run. So I guess we can move on past that. Yes, it's free. Get it.
It's free.
The link is on the page.
Free
just go to our page. Yes. Just go to our page. You can read it.
Yeah. Comic books. Get into it, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, hell, what are you here for? Shit. That's what we do. We talk about comics. So shit. Let's go to the next one. Eli, I'm gonna let you handle this because I don't know what the hell this is about. But
okay, what am I doing?
Okay, this is the thing.
Oh
no, not that.
Oh,
that.
Oh, you're talking about Evil Dead.
That. Evil Dead, yeah.
Yes. So there is a new Evil Dead movie in development called Evil Dead Rise. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are producing it, but Bruce Campbell is not going to be in it. He's not going to, he may do a cameo. He says he's open to a cameo, but he's not going to be the main character. He said that it's probably going to take place in a city. And I guess this was during a Q&A. So during COVID, during the pandemic, Bruce Campbell has been going on tour to all the drive-ins throughout in this past summer, showing Evil Dead screenings at the drive-in. And then he has a Q&A afterwards. And this topic came up, and he did confirm that they are making another movie and all that. And it's called Evil Dead Rise, and basically what I just said. So I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. Evil Dead 2 is probably my favorite horror movie of all time. I watched the series. The series, all 3 seasons are on Netflix. They're great. The Ash versus the Evil Dead, they're great.
Okay. Did you see the remake?
I did see the remake.
Okay.
I'm a little indifferent to the remake, mostly because I thought the Deadites could have looked better. It's not bad. It does get intense. It's very gory. It's got everything you want from an Evil Dead movie. I just thought some of the makeup effects could have been better. Mm-hmm. They were just wearing the Deadites in the remake. I just thought they were just wearing Halloween makeup. Their faces didn't get all distorted and shit like in the original movies. That's, so that was my main beef, was I thought the makeup effects could have been a little bit better, but it's got plenty of the gore. So I'm a little indifferent to it. I do love Drag Me to Hell, which I consider to be in the Evil Dead canon. It's not an official Evil Dead
why
movie.
do you consider that canon? Because like I said, there's been a lot of Cabin in the Woods type movies like Evil Dead. Why is that considered that?
Because, well, Sam Raimi, it's a Sam Raimi movie, but there's a seance scene where the people get possessed and they look just like the Deadites from his Evil Dead movies. So it's like the demons that are in Drag Me to Hell are like the same demons from the Evil Dead universe. So I sort of consider that
Evil Dead cinematic universe.
Kind of a tie-in. That's what
yeah.
There's a lot of similarities and shit. So and the comics, hey fellas, I
don't know who that is. That's like 50 people do the entity of Outright Geekery.
Is it Henry? Is it Willie? Oh no, Willie's right there.
2020 is the year of Mad Max. I thought this was the year of Mad Max. I don't know.
The year before Mad Max happened. Next year's going to be Mad Max.
Right. Is this the first appearance of FF Free 2?
Is this first?
No, it's not.
Actually,
I checked.
Oh, but actually in the Reggie Hudlin's book 1, that's included in the graphic novel.
That is free. Yeah. So there's a run when he and Storm joined Fantastic Four, right? Something like that. He and joined, like Reed and Sue went on left. Black Panther and Storm took over. So that run of, and I don't think it was Hudlin. Hudlin did it, but I think it was Dwayne McDuffie. I think he took over that run, and that's the free version. So there is some free stuff in there.
But in the graphic novel, in the trade of Reggie Hudlin's like 1 to 6, they include his first appearance, like the old school Fantastic Four comic. So
so that's free. So it's actually a lot of stuff that we don't know that's free. They don't advertise any of this stuff. Comicsology is not telling you this stuff that's going on. There's no list of what's going on. You just have to kind of like sift through it. We're looking, and whatever we know, we'll just spread information best we can. But yeah, going in now, because we don't know how long it's gonna last. It might be like a few days, 3 days, we don't know. But yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about a movie that I didn't see, and I'm gonna bet $5 you didn't see either.
Oh, I know, I didn't see it. I didn't even see the old one. So
I didn't see the old one either. Okay, so what we're talking about is Mulan. Mulan dropped this weekend. Everybody was bitching and moaning and complaining because they found out that, oh yes, Mulan is free. I can watch it in my house. What? I got to pay $30 to watch Mulan. So now everybody's fucking pissed over because they didn't do the research or they didn't listen to this podcast, which I can't blame them, you know. But what I'm gonna do is tell you, because here's the thing, Eli. Everybody was bitching and moaning about it, but they bought it anyway. And this is a bad person. Let me explain what's going on right now with this Mulan thing. So Mulan came out. It was supposed to come out to the theaters. It didn't come out in theaters, so they say to come out in actual your homes on VOD, Video on Demand. But you have to have Disney Plus in order to watch it. But wait, there's more. You also have to pay $30 to watch it also, and have the Disney Plus application. So you have to have both of those to even watch the movie. If you cancel Disney Plus, even if you paid $30 to watch Mulan, you can't watch it anymore. So I think that's some bullshit. That's just me. Also, I think it's a slippery slope because it's letting these companies know that they can pull this bullshit. Imagine if Netflix did this shit. You know, season 3 of Umbrella Academy. Oh, we're just going to charge you $20 to watch this shit early. You know, that's the thing. See, they're setting a bad precedent there. But here's the thing. They do have a solution that even though everybody's paying for Mulan right now, they saying that it will be available on Disney Plus, where you can just watch it if you have the service on December 4th. Some people don't want to wait that long. Some people don't want to wait because basically, what's that, 90 days? That's typically the rule. So people don't want to wait 90 days to watch a movie to pay for it. So you're going to pay $30 now to watch a movie. 3 months later, you can watch a movie now. But I get it. I get it. People are complaining because they got kids. Kids want to watch the movie. That's why I'm glad, you know, my nephew don't give a shit about Mulan. Just like I didn't give a shit about Mulan, so I don't have to pay that shit. So let's go to the kill. Let's see what we got. I know Willie saw it. That's some bullshit. Willie, you know you paid $30 to see Mulan. Drop a review on OK Boom and let us know how it was. Now I'm gonna say something about these Disney remakes before I move on there. The reason I don't know if the whole thing of these remakes are bad precedents also, depending on the situation. Lion King sucked because it was pretty much the exact same movie, just CGI with just lifeless, you know, dolls watching it. But I did like what they did with Aladdin, even though He Who Shall Not Be Named was on there. But I did like what they did because it was not to say it was better than the cartoon version of it, but it was different. Like you can put them both side by side, you can appreciate the difference they put in there. So if you're gonna do something different. Don't just regurgitate the same bullshit that's on there. Hey, Jen, what's going on?
Hey,
Jen, why are you still up this late? Anyway. Let's see what we got. So let's go to the next one. I think you take over this or I take over this. I don't even know what this is.
what is it now?
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna go to Eli.
Let's go
We're
there.
gonna go there. So we are talking about the Mandalorian. And the Mandalorian, what's this talk about? It comes out on October 30th.
Oh crap, it's not in here, man. I just picked up the dark saber from Target the other day. Like I got a dark saber
You fucking up.
lightsaber. It's not in here though. Damn, I should have grabbed it. It's
You
dope.
should have had it on there. But anyway, the Mandalorian comes out on October 30th, says season 2. So watch it. I don't have Disney Plus. Eli, I guess there's gonna be a reason for me to get Disney Plus by then. So I'll watch it whenever. Oh, and if you're wondering about The Boys, I didn't watch it. Eli, did you see it?
No, because you said you were gonna watch it. So I'm like, well shit.
I was hoping you would watch it so I don't have to watch it. That way you can just do the homework for me, you know.
I thought it was like,
But-
this is gonna get us clicks, so we better watch this. So I was like, oh,
Yeah, because
man.
everybody's talking about The Boys. They're like, and everybody's asking me, have you seen The Boys? Nah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well,
So-
I know the first 3 episodes are on Amazon right now, but then there's just gonna be like one every Friday after that. So
And I understand why they're doing that. Now, let me ask you this, Eli. Do you think that's a better situation? Even though you may or may not, you say you didn't watch it, but you think it's a better situation we did now? before? Like, should they just drop everything at one time, or should they do like they're doing now, 1 episode, 3 episodes, whatever?
Yeah, I don't like binge watching shit. I hate that. I gotta like find a block of basically a day to watch a bunch of crap in one day. And yes, there we go. Yes, season 2 of Mandalorian. Yeah, fuck the boys. Mandalorian's coming back.
You can have. It's okay to have both. You can have.
We didn't even watch the boys. Why are we talking about the boys? We didn't even watch it. Yes, the Mandalorian's gonna be dope. Dark Saber, more Baby Yoda. Who they say?
Boba Fett's gonna be in it.
Boba Fett's supposed to be in it. Robert Rodriguez is directing some episodes and shit. I'm stoked for.
Did he do any last episode? I mean, last
no,
season?
No, but he's doing
this
it.
Is like right up his. Wait, is Robert Rodriguez even a Star Wars fan? I know Max is a stupid question, but
he is. He's been.
Okay, I kind of figured he was, but I didn't ask that question.
Yeah, he's been wanting to do a Star Wars movie for a while, and now it's his chance to finally, do some.
I mean, because what they're doing with this, I mean, it's basically Desperado in space. So this is right up his alley.
Yeah. Yes.
So, okay, now we got to go there. Reason I had to talk about this first, Eli, because I had to get us on the same page with Star Wars. Because there's 2 things that we banned on this podcast. We already dodged one, and now we're going to talk about the other one. For those who don't know, Will Smith is a banned topic on here. We don't talk about Will Smith. And the other banned topic
You can.
We can't. No, you can't either. I don't want to get us. I don't want to get us canceled.
I will just have no comment. That's all.
But the other topic is Star Wars. The reason we're going to talk about Star Wars, probably because of this topic we're going to talk about right now. Because boom, John Boyega. The reason I want to talk about John Boyega, and did I get a thing of him? I did not get a thing of him. That is okay. Mainly because John Boyega is basically had a GQ poster, image, whatever you want to call it, and he talked about Star Wars. And for those that haven't been keeping up with John Boyega on social media or Twitter, anything like that, he has been dogging shit out of Star Wars, like constantly. He doesn't give a shit about Star Wars, and he let him know, and he's letting him know why he didn't give a shit about Star Wars, because basically he's saying that his time with Star Wars was pretty bad. He hated it. Found it. Okay. So, and he's saying the reason he hated working with Star Wars because basically they did a bait and switch with him. They got him on board with the role. They pretty much put him on there because he was a black dude, and it was going to mark, and they put him all over the poster, put him all over the trailer because it was going to market the black people. And then we actually watched the movie. He's either like barely there, kind of sideline, no storyline whatsoever. And it's really just about everybody else but him. So that's why he doesn't want to work with Disney at all anymore. So he's just throwing Disney under the bus. Now, before I say anything about the Eli, did you want to add anything on to that? Or?
Well, what are you going to say?
Oh, you want me to jump in? Okay, fuck it. I'll jump in. I guess this is why it's a banned topic. Okay. Here's the thing when I think about the thing John Boyega is saying. Everything he's saying right now is the same thing I was thinking when I was watching these fucking movies. Because I already now the first movie, I let it slide. He did have an actual story arc. He did actually do things. He actually had a purpose in the movie. He was doing things. I was like, okay, John Boyega is fine. Even got to have a slash, had internal conflict with the people that he was fighting against, the other stormtroopers, and they were calling him traitor, shit like that. I liked his story in the first one. It's those other 2 that pissed me the fuck off. So he had this character arc in the first movie he did. Second movie, the exact same fucking arc. They didn't do anything with him. He was pretty much just a wasted character. And then the third movie, he was just completely sidelined, just tossed aside. Was he force sensitive? We don't know. Was he in love with Rey? We don't know. He was just there, and it just stuck a girlfriend with him just all of a sudden. It just popped out of nowhere just to give him something to do. The last third act of the battle, we don't even know what the fuck, where he was, what he was doing, who he was fighting, what he was even there for. He was just there shooting at people while shit was other happening. So, yeah, so they just pretty much put John Boyega because, like I said, we've already talked about what Disney does. What Star Wars has definitely been doing. They've been checking boxes. We got a black guy. Boom. We got a woman. Boom. We got a Mexican. Oh, he's not Mexican. What is he? Guatemalan? Colombian?
I don't know. I didn't even know he was Latino at all. I thought.
Well, that's okay because they checked the box. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So they checked all these box stuff like that. So except for China, they made sure not to put John Boyega on the post of China.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They don't want to scare people away from the movie,
Yeah.
All right. So that's my whole thing about this. So everything John Boyega is saying with that is 100% true. They were too busy just checking boxes off there. They were too busy having a group meeting, a group think meeting to just check him off. And I completely understand why he's pissing on Star Wars right now and pissing on Disney, even though they're this big faceless conglomerate corporation. I completely understand why he's shitting on them.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I mean, I was hoping, especially after The Force Awakens,
we're getting that 2000 Man Reborn. But yeah.
I thought he was going to be more, the more of the focus. I thought he was going to be the Jedi because they showed him with the lightsaber in the trailer and all that stuff.
Right.
But just his symbol, like I love that idea of he was the stormtrooper that defected, that he represented the symbol of rebellion. He rebelled against the First Order. He disobeyed orders and, was resisted. He was the resistance. He was a symbol of resistance. And the stormtrooper that decided to think for himself and not be a mindless drone. And I love that idea.
Meanwhile, the other stormtroopers singled him out. Like, you are, you're dangerous to us because you think differently.
Yeah, I see where he's getting at.
And then think about the third, when they finally get to the third movie, like, okay, he betrayed, like he's against these stormtroopers. You think he would still have some kind of compassion or sympathy for them? But the third one, he just wasting them, just shooting them just left and right. Like he don't even know these guys.
Yeah, I thought they would go there, but you know what? None of the new characters had any character development. None of them. We don't know who Poe is until like the end.
Unless you read a comic or something.
Yeah, he like 2 sentences gives him as a backstory in the third movie. Rey, we don't know shit about Rey because they were trying to keep her background a secret. She's the daughter of this or she's the daughter of that.
Because they didn't know until then. It was like,
she's Snoke's mom, or who they were trying to build up this stupid mystery to satisfy these idiot fucking fanboys, and then of course, I think Finn probably had the most character development because we knew he worked in sanitation.
Right in the first movie, like I said, in the first, I have no problem with him in the first movie.
And the Last Jedi, he did the most shit in the Last Jedi. He was
completely
He went on his own mission.
Why we don't talk about Star Wars on here.
Let's do it. We're here, yo. He went on his own mission. He fought
which was useless.
But that was the point of the movie. Everybody fucked up. Everybody failed their mission in the second movie.
You can completely take that mission out and everything would play out the exact same way.
Not really. It was all about learning lessons and failure. That's what that movie was about. Rey failed. She never brought Luke back. Poe kept fucking up left and right. Finn actually did complete his mission and got the Master Codebreaker. So he did complete a mission and he beat his mortal enemy. He beat what's-her-face, the Silver Stormtrooper. That was his
because she kept popping up all. Yeah.
So he got to kick his arch enemy's ass.
Character got no story development. We don't even know what the fuck was it. She or he or we don't even know.
So yeah, I mean these movies. See, that was my problem with the new series is they focused too much on the old characters and they didn't give these new characters anything to do because everybody wanted the nostalgia and wanted to see Luke kick ass. We wanted Han and all that shit when they just should have gave us new characters and a new story. And instead they just sort of didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So I will agree that it was all half-assed and, and kind of all over the place. But I will still say that out of those new movies that The Last Jedi is the most complete Star Wars movie out of that 3 because at least that can stand on his own. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
my thing is this: I agree with you that everybody had a half-ass character development story in there, but the point was that they made sure that Finn was on the poster and market and advertised for everything. That's the fucked up part about it.
Yeah, except in China.
Right? Well, they made sure to hide him. So.
And Disney lets them get away with that.
Get my back on this.
And Disney lets China get away with that shit. So everybody,
that's actually what I want to talk about with Mulan. Do we want to go back to Mulan for a second? Let's go back to Mulan. Then we're gonna move on to the other shit because they're boycotting Mulan in China because of that stupid shit she said about the Mulan actress saying that she was for police brutality or some shit. I don't know what the fuck
she backs the police, yeah, because the police have been beating the shit out of the protesters.
Right.
So she's like, she stands with the police. So she's a cop lover.
Right. So
she's China basically the equivalent of MAGA.
Basically, whatever that is, she's that. And that's
Only
the thing.
China, yeah.
So no, exactly, yeah. So my whole thing is China. Disney cares more about China than they care about us. All their movies make more money in China than they do here, so they're going to specifically make movies for that. That's the reason a Mulan movie exists. They know if they make a Mulan movie, have nothing but Chinese actors and Chinese whatever, something like that, and send over there, they're going to watch the movie because they can make $1 billion in China alone if they advertise it right. But if they boycott it, then they're fucked. You know, that's why
that's why Disney, yeah, Disney keeps putting up with all these little toxic traits to make money in China. You know, they'll put up with Disney removing gay kissing, Disney taking the black guy off posters, you know.
Right.
They'll
just
put up with
China,
all that,
right.
You know. Yeah, just to appease China. And yeah, it's so... Yeah, we still buy Disney shit. We're still hyped for Marvel because and Star Wars.
Because it's Marvel.
That Mandalorian's coming out.
All right, let's talk about the other shit. Like I said, we talked about John Boyega because some other bullshit going on. Let's just do it. Let's just handle it. Okay, so we got to talk about Ray Fisher. And I know some of you just joining the podcast and be like, who? Because honestly, people that been in the podcast still like, who? Because this dude won't shut the fuck up about what's going on with him right now. So apparently, if you don't know who this is Cyborg, you know, from Justice League. And yeah, he's basically saying that he was harassed on set and everybody was mean to him, and Joss Whedon did this, and Jeff Johns threatened his career, and the guy. Oh, here's another crazy thing. Remember, we didn't talk about it, but we talked about it in the group where they were saying that he had a third party investigative team that was gonna join in and investigate what was going on. Well, apparently the investigative team was from Warner Brothers. And they're basically just saying that everything he's saying was some bullshit. You know, so basically it wasn't third party, it was a first party, and they're just saying everything he's saying doesn't matter. So he's still saying that I want to make sure the investigative team know what they're doing. Oh, and here's what he also said today on Instagram when he was walking his dog or some shit like that. He's saying that Jeff Johns not only threatened his career. Remember Cyborg on Doom Patrol?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, basically he was telling him, apparently that whole Cyborg being on Doom Patrol was supposed to be a fuck you to him. Like, we can easily replace you and get somebody else if you keep acting up. So he's going to keep going. I know he can't say everything he wants to say because he's signed some kind of NDA, or he doesn't want the Warner Brothers to know all the cars he holds, but apparently he keeps having some kind of dirt on them, or they really did some like fucked up shit to him. I don't know, Eli. I'm kind of ready for this movie to just come out so we can just be done with this shit.
So in other words, what you're really saying is, coming soon, the Snyder Cut.
It's all an advertisement. No, it's not called the Snyder Cut. It's called the fuck Joss Whedon cut.
This is all just advertising. This is the Snyder Cut's promotional campaign.
Right. It's a new movie. Every bad thing that happened was because of that asshole Joss Whedon we don't even fuck with anymore. It's because of him.
The Justice League are back. Why? Because fuck Joss Whedon. That's the tagline.
That's the tagline. And everybody keeps saying that he's doing this because they had planned a cyber movie. They never planned a cyber movie. They were never going to get this guy a movie by himself. The best he could hope for is being sidekick in Flash movie. That's it. And with the way he's going, he might not even be that. They'll get the dude from Doom Patrol to stick him in there. That's another fuck you.
I don't know. I'm like, I can, at first I'm like, I'm sure he's probably right. There's probably some truth to what he's saying. But
he's not saying anything. That's the thing.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, so your boss was an asshole? Well, welcome to the real world, asshole. Fuck you.
Right. Oh, that's another thing. Honestly, Eli, this is the whole reason why he's pissed. He's not going to say it, but unless he says it, this is what I think. Justice League supposed to be 3-4 hours long when Snyder had the movie and stuff like that. So he's thinking this is his first movie. He's thinking this is gonna be his big break. He's gonna jump in and this is gonna pave his way through Hollywood. This is gonna be like his version of Chris Hemsworth or whatever. Then Snyder left the movie because of family drama, stuff like that. Whedon came in, he took the movie. What's the guy named Jeff Johns made him slice the movie in half. It had to be 2 hours, and that's it. So whose scenes got chopped the most? His scenes, Ray Fisher. So all those Cyborg scenes, him playing football and him flying in the sky like Batman and shit like that, all that shit gone. So of course that's why he pissed, because all his scenes got cut. I'm pretty sure even if Josh Whedon did treat him like an asshole, if all his scenes in the movie and he got a whole bunch of roles in there, he wouldn't complain. But he's complaining because all his scenes got cut. Because nobody gives a fuck about Cyborg playing football. So yeah. I don't know. Let's move on past this. I mean, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna be more shit coming out.
Yeah, I tell you. I mean, we're gonna find out that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns are fucking eating babies, and
at least that's what they're gonna make us sound like. So Randy Fisher's very fishy situation. That's what I should have tagged it.
Yeah, that should be the name of the episode.
Right. Fish in a fishy situation. Okay, move past that. We just flying through this shit. Let's get to the Vidja Game section. I'm gonna let you go first because you played a thing.
I played a thing, yeah. I picked up the new Tony Hawk. Well, it's not it's a remake of the old game. So yeah, I picked it up. And I was having fun. I got a blister on my thumb from, playing it all day. So I've always enjoyed the Tony Hawk games, just going skating around, listening. I like the music on there, just skating around, doing tricks and pretending I'm good at skating, even though I'm not. Even though I'm not here. Is it still on there? I wiped out on a board like the other day.
I saw that shit. I saw what you did there.
It was worse before. I mean, it was like up to here, but I picked off the scabs. So
yeah, that's disgusting.
But yeah, I always enjoyed the Tony Hawk games. I remember Underground. I really liked Underground. I hope they redo that because you were able to make your own skater. Like I had a zombie with the mohawk and shit. It was, unlocked a bunch of tricks and shit.
That was on 3, right?
Was that 3 or 2? It might have been on 2.
Because 3 was my favorite. 3 was my favorite.
A Tony Hawk 3? Or are you talking about PlayStation 3?
No, Tony Hawk 3 on PlayStation 1.
Okay. Yeah. I played most of them. Yeah, I played all of them, but I remember liking Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah.
And
I think that was 4, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was but it was called Underground, and you were able to customize your own skater and shit. So, but no, I liked it. I'm having fun, just skating around, listening to tunes and shit, and it's a little relaxing.
That's Tony Hawk for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next news we're gonna talk about. Actually, I want to talk about this in the other section, but it turns out it is video game news. So I can talk about the video game section. So we can talk about Storm in Marvel Final Fight or whatever. Marvel, I don't know, some bullshit ass game is. I think it's like a cell phone game or something like that. Hold on, what we got? Who is this? What up, guys? Hey, what up, Lolo Moon 6? What up with you?
What up? Thanks for listening. Thanks to everybody hanging out in the chat, yo.
Yeah.
Share the link out. Yeah,
we're booming. Share this shit out. So what we're gonna talk about with Storm, because there was some bullshit that's going on right now. It's this cell phone game, something like that, that's been released. Storm has been released as one of the characters, and she looks like this, and people are pissed. I guess you can guess why people are getting pissed, because apparently people are realizing Storm has blue eyes, Storm has thin lips, Storm has a nose. She doesn't look like Storm, she looks like Charlize Theron. And just like they just paint it in blackface and just put it in Storm. So it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, Jesus.
So people are pissed, but they actually went back in the game and claimed they fixed it. So they made her lips a little bit thicker, eyes brown,
GTF,
nose wider.
Jim Tan and laundry.
Right. So they said they fixed it. That's the thing. So people are getting pissed about this. They saying, because they always whitewashing characters and blackwashing characters. Here's the thing, Eli. Honestly, I've been wanting to talk about this on the podcast since we started the podcast about what they've been doing to Storm, because this is not a new thing. This is a thing that has been going on with Storm since they made Storm. Look at Storm just in any just random pick they have. If you look far away, but she's got blue eyes, she's got thin lips, a thin nose, long straight hair. None of those are African features or features from African people. All of that is Eurocentric features. And that's the problem with Storm, because they basically have always drawn Storm like a white woman with black face. That's they've always done it. Because the thing is, comic books don't know how to draw black people. You see this shit right here? See that? You watch a comic, you read a comic book, they will never have this shit on a black person because they don't even realize that shit is there. It's going to be like this on both sides because they don't know how to draw black people. Just pick up a comic and read it. You'll see. And the problem And the thing about with Storm is that I don't have the notes in front of me right now, but I read a X-Men comic back in the 80s where they pointed at Storm and basically said, you see her blue eyes, you see her thin lips, you see her small nose, her long flowing hair that's not kinky, does not have an afro or anything like that. All of those acrocentric features because she has mix of all races inside of her. It's part of her mutation. So she's not really black. I'm like, what the fuck?
She's Puerto Rican.
It's J-Lo. She's everything, you know. And it's this shit we get on with X-Men, Eli. We also talk about, like, everybody keeps saying how X-Men always been woke back in the 80s, how they represent civil rights, and they represent all the stuff like that. But Chris Claremont he wrote all this shit back in the 80s. He can write some bullshit when he wants to. We saw this with Demon Bear. Like, he claimed he was woke. He claimed he was doing the right thing with it, but some of that story just didn't really make sense. Just like, okay, what kind of angle are you taking with the story? And the same thing with Storm.
Yeah,
you know?
he like the white people turn into the Indians.
Right, the white people like why? what are you trying to say with this? You know? So that's my thing about this, because okay, we got Storm with long flowing hair and likes like that. Black people don't have long flowing hair. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. None of them. And if you see it, it's a weave of wig. That's what it is. You'll never see Storm like this. Now, every now and then you see like a variant cover where somebody will sneak Storm in like that, or you'll see some amateur artists will have Storm look like that. Most of the time, she don't. She's gonna have just Eurocentric features, look like a white woman, just painted black. And that's the problem, that a lot of artists just don't know how to draw black people. When Tony Hawk dies, they're called Tony Hawk. Yeah. So that's always been my problem with Storm, man. So that's why they need to get more representation behind the scenes, not just on the front. Just putting, Night Thrasher on the cover and calling it a day, that's not going to work. We actually have to have people behind the scenes that can fact check this shit and fix Storm, because she's always been a problem and always been problematic for me for decades. That's just me. So
well, that's what they like to virtual, like we keep saying, it's all virtual signaling. They like to pat themselves on the back for being progressive when,
like, you should be happy. We got a black woman as a superhero. Why are you complaining?
And
so it's just
and it's just
like that shit in Suicide Squad. We watched it with your boy Slipknot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he wasn't even Native American in the comics. He was a white dude.
Yeah.
So they changed him to be Native American just to be progressive, just to kill him off 5 seconds when they put him in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what Iron Man got shit come because the currency right for came with retcon stories. Yeah,
that's going deep, yo. That's deep.
Yeah, that's going deep, but I'm not even going to touch that. So, what other Vidja Game news we got before we move on? That one we got. I can't read that. Let's click and see. Oh yeah, you're not going to give a shit about this, Eli, but I give a shit about this. This is Master Race news right here. This is PC Master Race news. Okay. So apparently, I know you go take a cigarette or something like that. Smoke a cigarette while it's going on. So NVIDIA had a conference this weekend and basically talk about their new video card, graphics card that's coming out called the RTX series. So the RTX series is supposed to be everything. It's supposed to be, 8K, 200 frames per second, all this bullshit like that. Eli, if you play a game with this graphics card, you're supposed to be able to shoot the balls off a fly 30 meters out, depending on the wind, because the graphics can be so crisp and clear,
In the game, right?
In the game, right? Because that's where everything goes. Because we got the PS5 and the Xbox, what the fuck ever coming out. That's what we're excited for. We're excited for this RTX series. The RTX is the thing that's coming out. Here's the thing. Now you had this meme about the PS5 coming out, how people are just doing like ungodly things to get the PS5. That means PS5 secured. So the Master Race community right now is changing that with the RTX series. RTX confirmed, secured. Like a young dude with an old white man in the bathroom or something like that. And I got it. It's been like $1,500 to get that thing. So can we move on, Pat? There's actually more Vidja Game news coming up, but we're gonna save it for later on. We can't give you too much at one time.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So can we move on to the next section?
Sure.
Okay, so this is the comic book bullies, where we talk about the comic books, and we're gonna talk about the comic book section. I guess, Eli, we're gonna talk about the big boy that came out this week first.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, not that one.
That's
where. That one. Okay. Yes, we're going to talk about Batman. What is it? 98, 89 or something?
98.
98. Okay, so it's Batman 98 because I think 100 is the last issue of Joker War. I think that's what it is. So basically what the book starts off, if you haven't read the last issue, Harley Quinn gave Batman some trippy tea that's supposed to clear out his poisonous system and supposed to have him, back sane again, because you're saying like whacked out Batman is crazy. I can't have him. I have to have, regular Batman on his feet with all his wits about him. Because if I don't, we're not going to win. But while she's doing that, that's when Punchline shows up. Punchline, if you don't know, is Joker's new girlfriend coming to kill his ex-girlfriend. And there she is right there. And Eli, I don't care what anybody says about Punchline, love her, hate her, I don't care. I just want cosplay of her. That's all I want. Because that's all I want. But anyway, Punchline knows exactly where Harley is. She has a flamethrower, burns down Poison Ivy's place because that's what she is, and there's number of plants there. Harley has a machine gun on her, and instead of shooting Punchline, shoots the flamethrower, and then puts the gun down. Like, what the fuck? Like, why don't you just shoot her and be done with it? So then they decide to get a one-on-one fight, and they're fighting about these ideologies. I'm fucking it up.
Ideologies?
Anyway, ideologies. That's what I was trying to say. There's philosophies on what they think of what the Joker is, because Harley Quinn's pissed off at Punchline. Punchline pissed off at Harley Quinn for obvious reasons because they're fighting over the same dude. Harley says she don't want the guy anymore. Punchline says Harley has always been naive because she's always believed, Harley wanted Joker to be somebody that he wasn't. Joker pretended to be somebody he wanted just to get Harley on his side, while Punchline always knew who Joker was from the beginning. And she wants that. She wants him to burn down Gotham. She wants him to kill everybody in Gotham. She wants to be there when he kills Batman. And honestly, while they're fighting, Eli, I love just the artwork that's going on with it. Just this, it's almost like a manga anime style. Look, it's over exaggerated. Yeah. I like that style right there. This whole fight, it's like really, really, really awesome. Like, what's the guy named Jorge Jimenez or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's one of the top guys. He's one of DC's top guys. They need to give him more work. So Punchline's like, fuck this. I'm going to prove to you that Joker means something to me, but because I'm going to kill Batman myself. So she just runs after Batman. Meanwhile, while she ran after Batman, Batman is tripping out, having this conversation with Alfred in his head. And Alfred's telling him everything that's going on. He's like, the reason you can't beat Joker is because Joker keeps warping the family mentality around you. He's using your Bat family against you. Like, he's making his own family. He didn't care anything about them, what they're not doing. But you can't beat Joker because you keep pushing away your own family. You keep blaming your family because of what happened to me. You keep pushing Dick away. You keep pushing Damien away. You keep pushing Catwoman away. And you're not going to win unless you have your family with you, just like he got his family with you. And he like, what am I supposed to do? And then that's when Alfred just slapped the shit out of him. Wake the fuck up. I like that scene right there. Like, you're the fucking Batman. It's not really Alfred. Alfred's dead, but so it's a self-conscious slapping him, whatever like that. And that's but Bruce is basically like, if I recover from this poison, then I won't hear your voice in my head right anymore. And that's when Alfred's telling him, you don't need to hear my head anymore. All I'm doing is just telling you stuff you already know. So what you need to do is get the rest of your family with you. You're like, okay. So he does that. And so when Punchline gets ready to kill Batman, Batman wakes the fuck up. She's like, that's impossible. That poison's supposed to have you knocked out for like 3 days. What are you? And then I'm Batman. He says and you don't even see them fight. He just wraps a cape right, and she just like gets her ass kicked. Like, you don't even see it. It's like, what the fuck happened? So he just throws all his souls. He's like, okay, Harley, let's go do it. And then he's got this cell phone called the Battery or some shit. And anyway, he calls the Bat family, like all of them. And then while that's going on, Catwoman recruits Penguin, Riddler to go do some shit. And she's like, want to be a billionaire? That's how the book ends. So the next book, the Bat family's supposed to be there. And yeah, that's all. Overall, it was a slower book, but it's got a hit look. This has just been action the whole time for this one. The Harley Quinn Punchline fight was actually pretty good. I thought it was better fight than the last fight. Jorge Jimenez, they just really just let him cut loose on this. Just let him go wild with this fight. So, all right, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was still an entertaining book.
Yeah, I did feel like it was a little lackluster because we were gearing up for, like, from the last issue, we were gearing up for the Harley Punchline fight. And then we launch into a bunch of talking for like half the book. So the fight doesn't even happen until like 10 pages in or some shit.
Right, because we're
so
sitting
I
there
did
talking.
feel it was a little, yeah, it was a little slow. It looked a little, little underwhelming. I thought a little bit. I mean, I did like the action when they did start fighting, but overall, I felt there was a little bit of a break. I mean, yeah, we have been just going, action, action, action. Just the pace has been we've just been so fast paced up until now. But I will admit that was a very poignant conversation between Bruce and Alfred. Well, actually, it's Bruce. It's all in Bruce's head.
Right.
Because I love that when Alfred said this, no, I'm not in your head. This is you thinking. This is all your thoughts. This isn't me. You've been doing this on your own. And when he says, I don't know if I can do this without you, you have been doing it without me.
Right.
You've been doing this the whole time by yourself, because I don't know. And you have people to help you. You have the family to help you, and that was just I thought it was a touching moment. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And of course, I'm Batman when he comes up and
I thought it was kind of corny and cheesy, but I rolled with it. It was just like, because it's almost like you knew he was going to do it. You knew he was going to do it. So it's like she set herself up for that. That's impossible. How did you do that? He's going to say I'm Batman. Because that's what he does.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. I don't think I liked it as much as you, but it had its moments. So, and I still think Tinian is killing it. That's what I think. I think Tinian's killing it.
I think Jimenez is killing it too. That's why I gave it a 4. I like the art. He's really killing on the art. Said Pizza Bites are really upstairs. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Shout out to
thanks for listening. Yeah, thanks for listening. If you are, I don't probably not. Oh, what's next on the list?
Well, you're doing Empyre, right?
Yeah, I do Empyre.
Okay. Well, should I do Bitterroot?
Yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and get you set up for that. We got Bitterroot. Oh, and the first issue is free on Comicsology Unlimited right now, so I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Bitterroot. This is a horror series about this family in Harlem in the 1920s that battle demons. Now, these demons are called Jinyu that feed off of hatred. And a lot of the hatred is fueled by racism of the time. So basically, this is the finale of book 2. So this is the second story arc. This is the last one. So basically what's been going on, we have 3 different battles going on. We have what's going on in Harlem, the Jinyu. There's been a big race riot in Harlem. Demons have been possessing the cops and all that. And some of the family are over there trying to cure them. They have a cure to the Jinyu. Then we have what's going on in Georgia, where this other demon called Adro, I believe. And this demon is an Inzandu. So instead of feeding off of hatred, this demon feeds off of trauma and despair. And what this demon did, it went to this town in Georgia. Now, this is 1920s Georgia. The KKK lynched a little black boy, and the whole town is grieving. And this demon that feeds on trauma and despair goes there and starts possessing the town people who are all grieving. And Dr. Sylvester, he's one of the characters. He's trying to stop that demon. So we have all these different plots going on, and it all comes to a head. There's a big final battle where the Adro comes out and they're all fighting, and they basically open up the portal and send the demon back. But there's still Jinyu and Inzandu still running around, so that they're not done yet. I think the catch is they know how to cure the hate demons. They know how to cure them, but they don't know how to cure the other demons that feed off of trauma. So this book, now, Bitterroot is very woke. It's very, if you're into Get Out, if you're into, this is before the Watchmen TV show, Lovecraft Country that tackles horror from a person of color perspective. That's what Bitterroot's been doing for the past couple years now. It's basically Evil Dead from a black perspective, and it's one of my favorite books right now, and I'm digging this. And basically, it basically asks the question: how do we solve racism? What do we do about racism? How do we, what do we do about hate? And then also, what do we do about the trauma that is caused by racism? So it asks all these sort of deep, meaningful questions and just lets you ponder. Because like I'm saying, they know how to take care of the one demons that feed off of hate, but they don't know how to cure the trauma. So that's just, again, just a deep question to ask. How do we how do we come to terms with our historical trauma, our generational, people of color, our generational trauma that has happened to us and our ancestors and our, for generations. We all sort of have,
basically born with PTSD.
Yeah, we have this deep-seated depression in our DNA from our ancestors being subjected to racial oppression for hundreds of years. And how do we come to terms with that? So that's what I love about this book. And it's using the horror genre as a way to tackle it. So this, like I said, this is the big climactic battle. They send the one demon back, but there's still other demons around, and we'll see what happens. This is the end of book 2. So this has been, there's going to be a movie about this. There's going to be a live action movie.
Netflix or?
I don't know, but Ryan Coogler's doing it.
Is he doing it or is he just putting his name on it?
I know he's involved somehow.
Okay.
And this is all black writers, black artists, Sanford Green, Chuck Brown, David F. Walker's on this, So
it's going to be, when it hit, it's going to be a big thing. It's going to be the thing.
Yeah, I've been into this book since, like I said, I'm a horror fan. This is basically Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead. And I guess one of the artists used to work on the Evil Dead series at IDW. So, or is it Dynamite? Or whoever does the Evil Dead comics and Army of Darkness comics. I think it's IDW. He worked on those books. So it's cool. It's a lot of fun, but it's also got a lot of social commentary to it that I really dig. So this gets another 5 out of 5. This is, like I said, this is one of my favorite books right now. And, book 2 is done. It's still going on. Hopefully I keep doing this. So
nice. Like I said, it's going to be, when the movie drops, it's going to be a phenomenon. We already see it now. So, yeah. All right. So, let's go to the colors. Let's see what we got. Iron Man Reborn. Why do I keep calling you Iron Man Reborn? Top cool fun. Yes.
If you're, like I said, it's Evil Dead from a black perspective. It's Evil Dead. They're battling demons. The demons are possessing people, but it also it deals with, like, Dr. Sylvester. He lost his family in the Tulsa bombing. So,
and they deal with that before Watchmen.
And it was on before Watchmen. In fact, when I watched the Watchmen show, I'm like, they're ripping off Bitterroot.
Right.
But yeah. And they deal with, like, there's, like, it shows how Dr. Sylvester went to the Osage reservations in Oklahoma to hide out after the bombing and stuff. So it really goes into the history. And that's what's awesome about when you diversify and you get real, true representation in media. You get that not only their point of view, but also the history. This is Black history, Native American history. This is American history.
Right.
The story of America is the story of the people of color too. So that's what makes this so cool.
So cool. All right. So next one, let's go back to Marvel. Let's talk about Empyre number 6. So this is the last issue. Actually, it's not the last issue. The last issue I'm going to review. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm done with this. After this.
Aftermath and the wedding and all.
Yeah, I can give a fuck about any of that stuff, man. So yeah. All right. So basically, how the book starts off is that you got Tony Stark and you got Reed Richards basically planning how to save the planet, because there's two things going on right now. Wakanda is being invaded by some plant monsters that have put this death blossom right there, and it's going to pretty much invade the entire galaxy if they able to plant it. And the sun is about to blow up because the Kree and the Skrulls have activated the sun to basically kill off all the plant monsters, kill off all Earths to end the infection right now. So Tony is like, Reed, you go save Wakanda. I'll go save the sun. Boom. That's how we're going to do this. So while all that's going on, you got heroes all over the place fighting everywhere. The Kree and Carol Danvers and Wiccan and somebody else, they teleport to the sun or some shit. But Wiccan has some powers on where they can still breathe in the air and still not get this shit lost me. This shit lost. Then I was like,
to say, did you write an outline or something to follow?
I no, I was just I followed it, but I was just like, this is stupid. I know we're reading comics, but that's stupid. They teleported to the sun. So this whole entire book happened in 8 minutes. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like a 40-page book happened in 8 minutes because obviously they had to do this shit before the sun blew up. They rescue She-Hulk. She walks to the green door. Now, explain something to Eli, because you're more versed in this than I am. But they said she walked through the door, but she didn't. So because there's a green door that the Hulks can walk through. Yeah,
that's that one below all. They can go to hell, but they can come back. The green door is, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
They go. I mean, the Hulks, like Rick Jones, all the Hulks can come back. The Hulks don't really die, but they can get trapped in hell or the green hell but they can get their way back.
Yeah. So she's back.
I kind of found that disappointing because I thought they were going to make an Immortal She-Hulk book.
Well, I think they still are.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, that kind of sounds cool because then we get to see how she comes back.
Right, but now we already see it, and then
they just sort of came back. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Empyre is the last funky ass Marvel.
This book just lost me, man. It was just like it's like they just threw every fucking thing in one book. Like, why are you cramming all this shit in here? This the only thing I gave a fuck about right here. This Black Panther died. Black Panther versus Swordsman, because Black Panther died in the last book. Because Swordsman snuck attack him, and he said, "Oh, you thought you could kill me?" And this is that Black Panther prep time plot armor bullshit that's about to happen right now. Because he said, "I slowed my health down to make you think I was dead because I know this technique called the shadow combat." I'm like, what? Whatever. Let's fuck it. Beat his ass. That's all I want to see you.
Shadow style or whatever.
Yeah, I know shadow kung fu that I learned from the Wakandan, so my armor could patch up my wounds while you thought I was dead, so I could get back up and kick your ass. So Swordsman and Black Panther are fighting sword to sword, and of course Black Panther. See, now Black Panther basically like, okay, now since I see you coming, I can kick your ass now. Last time you snuck me, but I can catch you. And he beat Swordsman's ass in a sword fight. The only job Swordsman has is to fight with a sword. So it's like, you know what? That's why he died. That's why you suck. But anyway, who said that? Mr. Fantastic shows up, started beating ass like that. And he said, "So what are you going to do to stop me?" And he said, "I'm going to just say 2 words. Avengers assemble." That's pretty cool. You got every Avengers ever just pop up all of a sudden, just start beating ass in Wakanda. That's cool.
For one page.
Yeah, for one page, And I think Tony, what does Tony do to save the sun? Does he teleport Iron into the sun or out of the sun?
I thought it was like a suit around the sun. I don't know.
He said he was going to do that, but he didn't do that.
I don't know.
Anyway, back to Black Panther, because that's all shit I gave a fuck about his book. So he fights Swords one more time, stabs Swordsman, stabs him through the Death Block, because that's Excelsior space sword. If it touches the Death Block, it kills Death Block. So he kills both of them at the same time. They're done. That's out.
It's like a Voltron moment.
Right? It's like Robeast and shit like that.
Yeah,
so
Robeast.
Yeah, so they're done. They're out of there. And then the Avengers just sit around celebrating shit like that. Black Panther,
where Thor comes down and lightnings like every plant on Earth.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That part was actually pretty cool because Thor's been gone the whole time because he had to go find himself or some shit or find out how to beat them. So basically, he reconnected with his mother's side because in the comics, his mother is Gaia, the mother of Earth, basically. So he has Earth powers himself. So he comes down just lightning with Earth lightning powers and like this, kills all the Katatis just like that. Makes it pretty easy. And the rest of them that don't get killed, they get taken by the Korean Skull. Oh, and there's also some shit where the Korean Skull, they try to make them fight against each other, but they, I don't know.
Yeah, they try to, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Black Panther has a sword. He was like, "Don't worry, I know somebody that can trust. I trust this sword with my life." Space sword disappears, goes to Hulkling, who is now the Emperor of the Kree and the Skrull, and Wiccan is just standing with his leg wrapped around him like Princess Leia or some shit, you know. You know, Carol Danvers there, you know, she's the accuser, and Human Torch is just there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Willie, I'm like you now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Was it that Black
Prep
Panther?
time.
Yeah, in Black Panther, African Batman.
Basically, prep time for his prep time. So yeah, this book, I honestly, Eli, I feel bad because I feel like Gomer is going to hear this podcast and he's going to tell both of us, "Told you so."
I told you this shit sucked. Well, this one sucked.
This one sucked.
issue
I
sucked.
like this book up until this book sucked. It's like, let's just throw everything in at the last moment in 8 minutes, fly to the sun. Fuck.
Let's wrap up all 20 tie-ins.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck is Spider-Man doing fighting? I don't know.
Why
man.
is everybody blue? I
Right. And they got weird costume. And then they just say some shit off panel. What about the moon? They set up a base of the moon. The X-Men got that. Don't worry about it. And it's just,
like everybody
okay.
were in blue suits. Like, were they all Fantastic Four members? Like, even
Yes,
Wolverine was
they
like
were.
in a blue suit.
They were.
Like,
And that's another thing I was pissed. That's another thing I said earlier. Like, why the fuck did the Fantastic Four have all these damn members? They're 4 people. Why the fuck are there 8 assholes running around?
the Fantastic 44.
Right. Oh man. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
this was exhausting. This was the last book I read before we recorded, and I was like, "Fucking A, man!"
it's just like so much shit. Like,
so
it started
convoluted. Yeah, they were juggling.
It started so good, man. I never thought it was gonna be a great series. I just thought it was gonna be something fun. We could just get into it instead, but it just got just so much shit. They were just throwing at you at the last minute. Mr. Fantastic got an Iron Man suit for fuck all reason because they didn't do shit with it. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, he just punched some people, and then like the
you can punch people without an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, like the Katati was. I really liked the Katati as villains, but they in the end they just sort of like what's his name, Coy or whatever, just sort of whines at the end, you know.
Right.
You know.
Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you, Mom. Like
I was like, really? I thought of him as like nature fighting back against technology. And like
they just completely forgot about this shit.
Yeah,
right. I thought that's
like,
the theme they were going with. They completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I like that idea of what the Katati represented in this series, and they just sort of wrapped it. Okay, we got
Yeah. At the end of the day, he was just a whiny teenager. That's all he was.
Yeah. Like he had had this whole like you know, this like ideology behind it. Now he was just a whiny brat. He was Anakin.
He was. You know what? We're gonna agree on that.
But it was just so convoluted. It was just they just wrapped up all these storylines in 8 minutes. You know, like if they just focused on what Iron Man and Reed were doing,
right?
You know, and instead of like giving everybody their one moment, what I didn't read any of those tie-ins. I didn't know what the fuck,
because they didn't even explain. They didn't say anything about those tie-ins until then. It wasn't like Wolverine and Spider-Man showing up as Fantastic Four members was explained in the story. They just showed up they're just fighting some priest. You know, like where the fuck this shit come from?
And like I read the Captain America tie-in, which I enjoyed a lot, and I was looking forward to him coming in, and he shows up for one panel. And like,
and just says, "I've had a long day," you know.
Yeah, and like, oh yeah, I remember what he did until then, but it was just a long, drawn out mess. So yeah,
I hate to tell Gomer he's right. I hate to tell Gomer he's right.
Well, this story,
he's gonna rub it in the
issue. This issue sucked.
Yes, this issue sucked. But does it bring down the entire run, the whole crossover?
No, because I was digging it until then. This is basically a lot of events do this shit. You get to the last issue and they wrap it all up and, you know, on to the next. So they did this with Death Metal. They did this with a lot of shit, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
I was digging it until this one where they had
I'm gonna say 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. It was some shit I like, but for the most part,
I'm gonna give it a 2. I was
trying to be lenient, but okay. But
Art's
what you
still
got?
cool. Art's still
Yeah.
cool and all that shit, but it was just so they just crammed so much into this, you know.
The art was cool, but it wasn't. It just felt like it got the job done. Like I've seen this guy before. He does a lot of Marvel stuff, but to me, he just gets the job.
I mean,
done. He
those
doesn't go above and beyond.
Yeah. I mean, those splash pages where where everybody's fighting. I mean, that was cool and all that shit. And
It's just like a lot of shit going around in it. It's just like it didn't just wow me. It felt like it should have wowed me more than it did.
Yeah, it was like I said. It was. I was exhausted after reading this. I was like, oh man, I'm so glad Leroy's gonna talk about this one.
And now we have to talk about it ever again. Let's go to the callers. Let's see what we got. What we got, Willie? Let's go back to Reba. What long shot? Oh yeah. Y'all got to do okay, Boomer. Yeah,
long shot.
Because I had a long shot, and he's an X-Men guy.
Oh, I thought I was talking about Valiant or something.
No, it's. I had more respect for him than that. All right, what's the next book on the list?
The last one I read was Alien, the original screenplay.
Okay, did I put that on there? Go for it. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom! I did do it. I did my homework.
Okay. So this is the last Alien comic that Dark Horse is putting out because, as you well know, Disney owns Fox. So now they own Aliens and Predator, and Marvel is now owning Aliens and Predator comics. They got the license. So Dark Horse, who's been doing Aliens and Predator comics for the past 30 years, they no longer have the license for Aliens comics anymore. So this is the last Alien book that they're doing. And this is a series based on the original screenplay of the original Alien movie. And it was written by Dan O'Bannon. Dan O'Bannon wrote the script for the original Alien. He wrote the script for Life Force, your favorite movie, Leroy, about space vampires.
I love watching that when I was a teenager on HBO.
Yeah, he wrote like the Heavy Metal movie, the Heavy Metal, the comic. He wrote the Heavy Metal movie. He wrote and directed Return of the Living Dead, one of my favorite horror movies. So he was a nerd, and he wrote the original screenplay for Alien. And then once it got made, Ridley Scott and the rest of the producers, they sort of rewrote it a bunch of times. But this comic is based on the original draft. And of course, the names are changed. Instead of Ripley, I think her name is Ronnie, and she's black. So, our main protagonist is a black woman. Of course, the alien designs are different. They look more like slugs, worm things. Instead of, they find that they got, in the original Alien movie, they're these space truckers. They get a distress signal to another planet. They go down there and find an alien sort of a hive. In the movie, it's like a derelict spaceship. In this, it's like a pyramid, so they find like this pyramid, and that's where they find the alien nest. So the alien, they look more like slugs and worms and stuff. So in this issue, the one guy finds the eggs and it hatches and he gets the face hugger on him. And it looks more like a worm, like a bit, or like a squid, instead of like in the original series that they were more like crabs. This looks more like a tentacle slug thing.
Hentai. Okay.
Yeah. it has acid for blood. They try to get it off his face, and it starts burning through the ship and stuff. So they're like, what are we going to do? We got, so that's where it ends, when they try to cut it off, but then the acid starts burning up the ship and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of cool, interesting. I'm a huge Alien fan. I grew up the movies. Aliens is probably one of my all-time favorite flicks as well. So, and I've been a big fan of the universe and the comics and toys. And where's my, I don't have it. It's over there, but I got Alien toys and a Predator up there. But yeah, so I'm digging on this. I'm fanboying out. This is a 4 out of 5. It's just interesting to go back and see Dan O'Bannon's original vision, I guess,
Nice. Okay. All right. So, Next book I'm going to review is what is this? What are we doing? DCeased? We're doing DCeased. Okay.
Oh,
DCeased Dead Planet number 3. You read this, didn't you?
I haven't been reading this. No, I read the first series and then I read Unkillables, but I haven't been reading this one.
Oh, cool. Okay, so just getting you caught up what's going on right now. So basically going on right now, the book last left off where John Constantine made his own team, but I can't remember the name of them, but it don't really matter what the name is. They get eaten by Plastic Man, a zombie Plastic Man.
Wasn't he like in a moat or something? They thought it was blood.
Yeah. He was something? A moat, right? They thought it was blood, but it was actually him the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was surrounded by hellfire, so the zombies couldn't get in there and kill anybody. So they're falling in the mouth of Plastic Man, but apparently they can't be eaten because he tried to eat Swamp Thing. And so Swamp Thing, like I Am Groot, that shit he did in Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot's himself to protect everybody from him. And then that's when Zatanna flies out, start talking backwards and shit, and throws Plastic Man into the hellfire and kills him also. So when they finally do that, they finally get to what they were here for. So they finally realize the reason they're here is because all of the asshole billionaires on the planet that's still alive, they basically cornered themselves off in Australia, and you have to pay to get in to help them. So basically like Penguin, Maxwell Lord, other assholes also in DC that, they're still alive. They're there. So I'm trying to think what else goes on. Oh, this was a touching scene right here. I got to show you this one. So Jim Gordon, who's still alive, meets up with Damian. He's like, so I'm glad to see there's another Batman here. And, Damian looks at his hand. He was like, we're not going to do that. Come here. And then they hug, they embrace each other. Yeah.
Damian, what a softie.
Damian's all softy and stuff like that. He was like, well, Batman, I know it's not a hugger. He was like, well, see, that's Batman's problem. And this is funny right here. He was like, I'm glad Scarecrow didn't see what his
He's not a hugger.
Right.
I'm the new Batman. I kill and I hug.
Right. I'm in touch with my emotions. He was like, Batman's real fear would be a pat on the shoulder, because he hates intimacy, So anyway, Dr. Fate heals Jonathan Kent, Superman, because he's there. But anyway, the Superman shit, that's who gives a fuck. Oh, and also they said because all the fucked up shit's going on right now, Trigon is finna come and eat Earth also. Because he wants the souls, he can't get the souls, so he's finna fuck everybody up. So he's on his way. The reason, this some cool shit right here. So the reason Swamp Thing is here is because they have the Floronic Man. They have the Floronic Man tied up to basically like give them like nature and the green and stuff like that. So they're basically using the green for their own purposes. So they're upsetting the balance, and Swamp Thing don't like that shit. So he's out there fighting everybody like, y'all free the Floronic Man. Otherwise, I'm going to kill everybody. And that's when Maxwell Lord is like possessing, Floronic Man, tell him to do what he wants to. So Swamp Thing just grabs him. And if you know what happened with Maxwell Lord, the only way to end his mind control is to kill him. So Swamp Thing just like, boop, he pops his head off. Yeah, just pops his head off to get the Floronic Man free. So so while that's going, that's when Dr. Ivo, who is also there, sends in an Amazo. He's got all the power of the Justice League, a big robot, and I think he kills Swamp Thing, but you can't kill Swamp Thing. He just comes back in like 5 seconds. We're even more pissed. Zatanna does some bullshit, but that doesn't matter because there's actually a bunch of Amazos coming at them. So like a bunch of Amazos with Justice League powers coming at to kill them. So they're like, nah, fuck, we gotta get out of here. So they teleport out of there, and why they teleport out of there doesn't really matter because they're showing their real plan. Now, why they haven't done this for he's got a whole bunker of Amazos with all Justice League powers. Now, why they haven't done that in the regular DC universe, I have no idea. That just make a whole bunch of them. If one of them can fight the whole Justice League, just make a whole bunch of them, be done with it. So that's what they're doing here. That's it. Some other bullshit happens. They're gonna go to space and go to New Genesis and fight some shit, whatever like that. The end. Overall, cool book. Had some cool scenes in it, but it wasn't a cool book overall. It's one of the slower books. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. No, 3.5 out of 5 because it was a cool Swamp Thing popping the dude's head off. So, what is this? DC looks. Yes, they do look cool, and it's Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor, y'all. Alien Crawfish. What the fuck?
TT, y'all. Or what, are we gonna give him?
Yes. 2000 Man knows what Life Force is about. So
Life Force.
Last book I'm gonna do, and this is kind of like / Vidja Game section / book. and this is Thor. What the fuck is this? Fortnite X Marvel Nexus War Thor.
Okay.
That bullshit. I'm not gonna do a whole thing. I'm not gonna do a whole thing about it. Basically, what happened is it's a tie-in to the Fortnite thing that's coming on right now.
Put that up. Let me see. What is that? Is he like nullified? Nullified?
Yeah, it's basically the Johnny K store run.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Yeah, right here. So boom. Let's see. Give me just a second. Yes, you guys can see what it looks like. So it's Thor, Galactus, all the good shit like that. So basically the book.
Nully Thor or whatever.
Yeah, Donny Case wrote this.
Okay.
Yeah, so Donny Case, y'all. So this actually is canonical to the Thor run that he's doing right now. And so the whole book, like the first 3 pages, basically get you caught up about what's going on. Thor becomes Herald Galactus. Galactus has to eat these 5 planets because the Black Winter is coming. He's got to destroy him. But while he's doing that, all of a sudden, Galactus is like, wait a minute. I smell a planet from far away. So he like, and apparently it's the Fortnite planet he smells. He's like, I want to go eat some, get a side meal. And Thor's like, oh shit, I can't let him eat that because that planet is not on the menu. They got 5 planets that's on the menu. That's not one of them. So Thor races to the Fortnite planet before he gets there. And he gets there and he fights all the weird Fortnite shit. Like, I don't play Fortnite, man. Look at this shit, Eli. This a Banana Man? What the fuck is Banana Man? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't.
It's there.
I don't play Fortnite either, man.
All I know is that shit costs me $10 every time my nephew hits me up for that bullshit. So
can I get the banana suit?
Right. So I'm paying for Banana Man. I don't know what the fuck a Banana Man is, but I'm paying for it. So anyway, Thor shows up. He's trying to warn them that Galactus is coming to eat the whole planet. They fight him, but eventually they come on the same planet. And it's when Thor said, I need backup. Not gonna lie, even though this is like a bullshit free. Oh, and this comic is free also. So if you want to read it. But This panel's cool. He's trying to warn them that Galactus is on his way, gonna eat the whole planet. So we need to get on the same page for what happened. So that's when he gets to Lady Sif. Lady Sif calls the Bifrost. She calls in reinforcement. Reinforcement, she calls this. Boom. All the people, DLC that you're going to get at Fortnite. Wolverine, Captain America, Mystique.
Good job, Marvel.
Yeah. This is genius. This is genius. Yes. This is genius right here, what they're doing.
Yes.
From a
right
marketing.
Characters. Yes.
From a marketing standpoint, right?
Yes. All the right characters. They didn't bring in female Thor and Nazi Cap and
right. So, but anyway, and they don't know each other. So
characters people will know from the movies. Yeah.
Yes, because this is all canonical with the game. So basically, if you read this book, it don't matter. They said to be continued in season whatever of Fortnite. So that's the thing right there. So what this is a Fortnite Marvel crossover, cross promotion. And this is smart. This is not promoting like a video game. It's not promoting what is promoting video game. It's not promoting a movie or a cartoon. It's promoting a comic. It's canonical with the comic. So it doesn't matter at the most, but at the same time, these kids, they don't give a shit about comics, but they do give a shit about Fortnite. So they're gonna play this shit out of Fortnite. They're gonna see Thor with this crazy ass new costume. He's this Herald of Galactus, and they're gonna be like, hey, what the hell is going on? Some of them are gonna pick up, and Eli, it's working. It's working. I went on Comixology and looking at the top sales of the week. And, I'm seeing like Batman, stuff like that. But all those, or Thor comics, they're creeping up there. All those Thor comics come back. So these kids, some kids are picking up the old Thor run to see what the fuck's going on. So that's how it starts. You hook them that way. Yeah. Like, it's cool to have 40-year-old comic readers and shit like that, but you need to get the kids to get this shit going. Shit. Yeah. Zombies versus Dawn of Great Ideas.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. So yes, this is great. Now some people are pissed off, and the usual crowd are pissed off about that. Why is Marvel crossing over with this kids video game? Why do you think? Why are you pissed off? If you don't play Fortnite, why do you give a shit what they're doing? Like, from a marketing standpoint, this is genius. This is almost too smart for Marvel.
And this is why.
Right.
This is why y'all got bullied and shit.
Right. Because you get pissed off at other people just having fun. This is the reason. This is a gateway drug to get kids into reading this shit. You see crazy ass Thor with this galactic god power shit like that. Somebody's going to pick up the book. You're going to bring in new readers. They're going to pick up other shit. You got free Black Panther comics all over the place, shit like that. This is going to bring in new readers. So, good job on Marvel.
Yeah.
So, anything else we got to add or?
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like I
I'm
said,
booked out.
like I said, we've been all over the place with this book. We had a lot of viewers. I'm looking at the numbers right now. So appreciate everybody that was listening in and stuck around and hanging around. Next week, we will talk about the shit you care about. We will talk about the boys. I plan to have that Avengers game next week so I can do a review. I'll do a review. I was going to get the week, but here's the thing about this. They want to talk about Fortnite. Okay. So I just caught
Fortnite. Is that a game? Is that a shooter? See, that's how much
Yes.
I don't know about it.
Yes, it's a shooter. It's a shooter. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Fortnite. I just caught my nephew in just last month alone bought $350 worth of shit from my brother's credit card that he left on the Xbox. But I told him not to do because my brother's gonna get it. So what the fuck are you buying with $350?
For a game? Like
no, all the DLC, all the costumes
crap?
and Banana Man and shit. That's what pissed me off about the game. What is on that game to make you spend $350 of it? Like not even the game, like other shit you buy with the game. And that's just that alone.
It must be blown up. I see like Fortnite toys and shit at Target and shit.
Well, that's what they're doing now. Like hell, the Batman Begins was on Fortnite. Like the movie, they showed the movie on there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had to go
to promote Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was on like somebody had Travis Scott had a concert on Fortnite, like a digital concert.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
He's a rapper. But the point is that Fortnite has become this multimedia conglomerate that if you want to Star Wars. They promoted Palpatine, his message.
Oh, yeah.
His message that he was telling everybody he's back, that was announced in Fortnite first. So basically, any multimedia conglomerate that wants to do promotion, they go through Fortnite because that's where everybody at. Promote there. If you go where the party is. So that's what we should do.
Let's go into Fortnite and we'll do a pod from Fortnite.
Unless they would charge for that. I want your right leg, and I want. Shit. Let me see. To keep coming alive. Thank Mark. Exactly. Yeah. This is genius.
Yeah.
This is genius.
That's what I was saying when I saw those characters. I'm like, that is brilliant.
And the same people pissed off about this, the same people that complained about Teen Titans Go. It wasn't made for you.
Yeah.
It was made for little kids. Don't complain about that shit. You know.
Yeah.
So they like it.
When a kid goes to your local comic book shop to buy a fucking comic book, don't shit on what they're buying, assholes.
Right. That's exactly what they're gonna do. You should be reading this. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yep. Don't read Deadpool. Read Watchmen.
Right. Oh man. Anyway, look, next week we're gonna review some other shit. Gonna see what happens. Hopefully September will be nicer to us than every other month in 2020 has been. So far, I haven't been any crazy shit.
I'm just looking forward to the hoodie weather, man. I'm sick of the heat. Well, you're in Mississippi, so you got to
heat. Yeah, it's heat no matter what. It doesn't matter.
I'm looking for I'm looking forward to autumn. My favorite time.
It won't be cold here till the middle of December. That's how. Yeah. Okay. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
We going. My pants poster said, we going ultra. Yeah. We going ultra black. I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. We going. Occasion we rose to that. Fuck on postal. We going ultra black. Watching the global change. Hop in the coldest range. Hit boy on the beat. This shit poster slap. We going ultra black. We going. Rhythm and blues, pop, rock, soul to jazz, till my toes attack. How I look being told, I'm not supposed to brag. Nobody fault, I tell the truth, I know it's facts. We ultra black, Grace Jones, skin tone, but multi that. Multiple colors, we come in all shades, mocha black. Except where I'm at and not fight me on it. Emotional stares like I might be wanted. Pitch black like the night, I'm ultra black. Sanford and Son reruns, jokes are black. Oh yes, God bless success. We going ultra black, like the S is fast. Talk with a mask on. the freshest breath. African black soap caress the flesh. Super fly the Mac, sitting fly in the lack. Take the boat on the water, history talks with my daughter. My son'll be my resurrection. Constantly learning lessons. I never die, you get the message. I hope you be better than I. Life's precious. Two-stepping. Sometimes I'm over black, even my clothes are black. Cash money with the white tee and the soldier rag. We going ultra black, unapologetically black. The opposite of Doja Cat, Michael Black's in black. We going ultra black, I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. Occasion we rose to that, fuck on postal. We going ultra black, watching the global change. Hop in the coldest range, hit boy on the beat, this shit poster slap. We going ultra black. We going ultra black. Raiders Oakland hat, I smoke to that. Pre-rose and yak, what's the results to that? C notes in bags. She knows I'm classy like I'm Billy D. Williams. Go ultra black. Isaac Kennedy films, Penitentiary 2. Black like out in the loop. Black don't crack, it's like the fountain of youth. The coach is black, like Iman, she beautiful. Going ultra black. To Africa, you say go back. I stay pro-black, my Amex black. Black like cornrows, afros, black like cat, black ball from the Super Bowl. Holla notes, I can't go for that. Motown Museum, Detroit, I'm ultra black. This for New York and all the map. No matter your race, to me we all are black. We going ultra black, I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. We don't fold the crack. Occasion we rose to that, fuck on postal. We going ultra black, watching the global change. Hop in the coldest range, hit boy on the beat, this shit poster slap. We going ultra black. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Nas,